कुंभे पुनर्वसु जातौ केरले चोलपट्टने कौस्तुभांशं धराधीशं कुलशेखरमाश्रये घुष्यते यस्य नगरे रङ्गयात्रा दिने दिने तमहं शिरसा वन्दे राजानं कुलशेखरम् 25 and 26 आम्नायाभ्यसनान्यरण्यरुदितं वेदव्रतान्यन्वहम् मेदच्छेदफलानि पूर्तविधयः सर्वं हुतं भस्मनि तीर्थानामवगाहनानि च गजस्नानं विना यत्पद द्वन्द्वाम्भोरुह संस्मृतिं विजयते देवः स नारायणः आम्नायाभ्यसनान्यरण्यरुदितं वेदव्रतान्यन्वहम् मेदच्छेदफलानि पूर्तविधयः सर्वं हुतं भस्मनि तीर्थानामवगाहनानि च गजस्नानं विना यत्पद द्वन्द्वाम्भोरुह संस्मृतिं विजयते देवः स नारायणः श्रीमन्नाम प्रोच्य नारायणाख्यं केन प्रापुर्वाञ्छितं पापिनोऽपि हानः पूर्वं वाक्प्रवृत्ता न तस्मिन् तेन प्राप्तं गर्भवासादिदुःखम्. So these two verses today, Kulasekara Alvar is telling us the importance of the intent. A few days ago, there's a situation, and I was thinking and discussing with a few people about what is more important, intelligence or intent. Is intelligence important or intent important? And if you look at examples around you, you will find a lot of intelligent people, but still suffering some way or the other. I'm not saying all intelligent people suffer, but if intelligence is the only solace, is your only adhara, if intelligence is the only thing that you're holding on to, at the cost of other things, at the cost of having compassion, at the cost of having the right intention, having at the cost of letting go of or being insecure, at the cost of all of these things, if you hold intelligence higher and your building of your character as not important, then suffering is bound to occur. Intelligence can only take you so much. Intelligence can make you appear very wise and very above the rest in the world. You may appear. You may also get accolades at work. You may also get awards and things for that you do very intelligently, because at work all they require you is to be intelligent. A very intelligent guy can make very good in the workplace. And the problem for many of us is we use that as a measure of judging ourselves. If I'm recognized by people at work, then I am good. If I'm recognized by people around me as an intelligent guy, then I'm good. Now, the problem there is we don't recognize that intelligent is like a sharp knife. So you can use a knife to cut, but you can't use the knife to sew. If you want to stitch something, will you take a knife? If you want to paint, will you take a knife? Of course, there are oil paints, you use a little kind of a blunt knife to paint. But I don't mean that. What I'm meaning is you take a sharp instrument. Intelligence is like a sharp instrument. It can dissect, it can investigate, it can go into the depths of things, analyze. It can, if you've got a flower, it can rip the flower and go into the flower, the stalk, the stem, the pollen, everything. It can go and it can understand the way the flower is physically. But the beauty of the flower, intelligence cannot grasp. Now, when I mean intelligence, let me change the word a little bit now. Not intelligence, I mean the intellect. So, intellect. So, replace the word, whenever I said intelligence, replace it with intellect. Is intellect more important or intent more important? So, intellect is the problem that we have. We think intellect is the most important thing. If I'm an intellectual in society, I'm considered as an intellectual. I'm able to do things in a very efficient way, in an effective way, in a very intelligent way, in a smart way. And if I, then I have value. If I don't, then I don't have value. I, in fact, down, I judge myself not to be capable. My capability has a very, very strong relationship to the intellect that I carry. If somebody is very intelligent in the office space or in the workspace or in your, within your, within your community group, wherever, we recognize him as somebody who's capable, and hence we regard him and respect him. But somebody whose intent is there, whether he's intellectual or not. The reason I removed the word intelligence is because there is an intelligence that is there beyond us. So I'm not wanting to touch that now. I'm not talking about that intelligence. There is a force or there is a power, there's an intelligence in the cosmos, in the cosmic in the cosmic consciousness, there is an intelligence. But what we carry is the intellect, a small aspect. So between the intellect, how many people have we seen? People are intellectual but still suffering. We have seen many such. And in the workplace, you will tolerate such people. That is what will happen. Would you want such people? Yes, because work gets done. But would you hold them high? Would you hold them as an ideal? Will you use them as an inspiration for something? No. Because where intent fails, eventually there is suffering. Intent is what? Intent means what am I trying to do with myself, with my life, with people around me? What am I trying to do? Am I trying to always preserve myself? Am I always trying to create territories and boundaries? Am I always trying to work for self-preservation, my own name, my fame, my glory? Am I always thinking about what benefits me? This is intent. If intent is in this of my individuality, my self-preservation, I try to hold things, then I'm no less than an animal. And whatever an animal suffers, I'll suffer. But I'll suffer more because I have got the intellect which will make me suffer more. A lot of times the animal doesn't know why and what it is suffering. It will just suffer. It's pain. There is no suffering. Animal will have pain. We will have suffering. Because we have emotional pain that will come. Not just physical pain. There'll be emotional pain. There'll be hurt. There'll be all of those things will come. People will not trust. You see how many intellectual people don't trust. The trust we lose because we think through the intellect, I can achieve whatever I want with everybody. So when this intent is what we focus upon, we are wanting to build ourselves, our character, our we want to make ourselves an instrument. So when we work on our intent, am I having the right intent? Am I having a helping tendency? Am I having um, am I having the thoughts of being honest? Am I having the thoughts of being letting life operate rather than I hold on to it? Am I letting, am I having devotion? Am I having faith and belief? Am I having trust in the process of my sadhana? These are intents. And as I strengthen my intent, as my like mama is saying, it becomes an attitude, right? More and more I strengthen my intent because attitude doesn't come by itself. Attitude is something we develop with intention. So with intention, I say, I want to be thinking the right thing. I want to be, I'm okay to be vulnerable as long as I know it is in the service of the greater. I'm okay to be thought as weak when I show kindness. Why? Because showing kindness is more important. What they think about me is not important. Showing kindness is important. We spoke about this the other day also. By showing kindness, if somebody thinks we are weak, we stop showing kindness and we withdraw ourselves and we want to keep a hard surface. And we are not doing these things for name, fame, glory, and all that. We are just doing this so that this attitude develops. This attitude develops within because then we become a devotee. We become a sadhaka. We become a devotee. All of this is only for our benefit. By changing my intention, even if my intellect is low, if my intention is right, you will see such people are much more happier, much more blissful, much more joyful, much more fulfilled. Because with the intellect, how much ever wars you fight in the world, you will come back tired, you'll be exhausted, you'll be drained, you will not be fulfilled. You'll find yourself, how much I have tried, because your intellect will always, you're constantly, what do I say here? What do I say there? Who do I say this to? What do I do? How, oh, this guy, oh, how do I have to speak to this guy and make sure that he doesn't talk to him? All of this whole scheming things happen, right? Scheming is the act of the intellect. So this intellect, we have to make sure doesn't overpower us. Intellect is important, but intent is most important. Intention. And when we reflect this upon our own lives, lives of our people, everybody, we will know how we should be, right? If I'm intellectually not as sharp as that guy, that's okay, but my intent needs to be important. So then what happens, I'll tell you, another beautiful thing happens. When you got the right intent, you got your sadhana, you got your devotion, you got your bhakti, the time the intellect needs to operate, it will operate. When you need to say something somewhere, it will occur. Suddenly people will see you as intelligent. You understand what I'm saying? See, what is about this whole intelligent and being intellectual and all that? It is not about what you are all the time. It is about what people think of you. What is the measure of who is more intelligent than the other? What is the measure? Your mother may not be intelligent the way you are at work or with people or with the gadget, but if you go to the kitchen, she is the most intelligent person, right? If you're having a stomach pain, she'll quickly know to go into the kitchen, put the right things, and bring it to you so that this gets fixed. This is a different kind of an intelligence that has been developed because the intent is there. Intent is what I want to serve. So, what will happen? Whatever knowledge needs to flow will flow. This is extremely important the way we conduct ourselves. It is important. Children need to sharpen their intellect, but we should not make them reliant only on the intellect. They should also develop their character, their attitude, how they look at things, how they approach. Am I able to, even as children, we should develop them. Am I able to let go? Am I always competing? Am I always wanting to be the first? Am I always wanting to hold my territory and not let anybody come in? So these things, when we loosen up, when we ease out, why? Because there is a greater trust that we're developing. We're developing trust in something much greater than myself. Then I know when I'm sitting, for example, if I'm playing a chess game, the right idea and thought will come. It is not necessarily because I have played it 1,000 times. Of course, the 1,000 time playing is required, but we carry the right intention that I am playing because I love the game. I want to develop the game. I enjoy playing it, not because I want to win every time. Not because, of course, we have a goal. Yes, I want to get that award. All of that is there. But while we are playing the game, the intent should be I enjoy playing the game. I learn it. I want to learn. I want to play it. That is all, the joy of it. This is what we should train. So, what happens is, without your knowledge, when that intent gets refined, when you're playing it, the thought will occur at that time, oh, I should make this move. You don't know where it will come from. Even at workplace, this is how it works. Even if you are not the greatest, the most intellectual person there, if you've got your intention, you've got your sadhana, you got your worship, you've got your character in place, you've got yourself, the right attitude of life, when you need to do something, something will come through. The other person may see, oh, he's an intelligent guy. Idella cheat. These are ways of cheating the world. Because we give the world what they want to believe, but you know inside what you're developing. You're developing yourself so that you don't become this insecure, cringing, I want to hold my things, or you, nobody is there, and then I lose trust. You know, that kind of a person. I don't want to become that. Yad bhavaha tad bhavati. Correct. So that bhavam we develop. All of this we are talking about is because this is exactly what Kulasekara Alvar is saying today. Kulasekara Alvar is saying, Amnayabhyasarani. Amnaya means Vedas. Abhyasanani. Abhyasanani. By practicing the Vedas, Aranya Ruditam. Going, it is like crying out in the woods. சும்மா போய் எங்கேயோ புலம்பிட்டு இருக்கான். Even the Vedas, if you are chanting, just like that, it is like going and crying in the woods. Aranya Ruditam. Vedavratanyan Vaham. These austerities of the Vedas that you take, Medascheda Phalani Purta Vidayah. Sarvam Hutam Bhasmani. All the austerities that you do from the Vedas, everything perfectly you are doing, just like that. He'll come to point out what is missing. Say that if you just do it like that, it is like pouring all of that into bhasma. It is becoming bhasma. All the Vedic austerities that you do. Tirthanam avagahanani cha gajasnanam. So you go to Tirtham pilgrimages. I have taken dip in Ganga, Yamuna, Narmada, Saraswati, Kaveri, here, there. I have taken dip in Manasarovar, the highest lake in the world. Everywhere you go, it is nothing like a elephant taking bath in dirty water. Why is he doing this comparison? To say when one thing is missing, which is Vina Yatpada, without that lotus feet, Dvandva Ambhoruha Samsmritim, without thinking of those two beautiful lotus feet of the Lord, Vijayate Devassa Narayanaha. That Narayana's two lotus feet, without thinking that, if you do all of this, it is wasted. You can develop a lot of Vedic knowledge. You can develop a lot. I know this Upanishad. I can quote the 15th verse of in the third chapter of Taittiriya Upanishad. But if the intent is not right, why am I quoting that? Ha 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 ha. நாலு பேர் கை தட்டுறது. If that is the intent, then gone. You may be doing that throughout your life. You will not find fulfillment. Starting the people, see, whoever you see, you've come across so many people now with social media, this becomes more evident. You'll find a lot of intelligent people. You'll do ha ha ho ho for a period of time. Then after that, what? After that, what? Such people will grow in popularity and then suddenly plateau. And suddenly they'll vanish also. If you are just holding on to that intellectual prowess. I have studied the Vedas. I am doing the all the Vedic rituals. I'm doing everything prescribed. I know everything. Today's Ravagalam is at this time, or the Yamagandam is this time. So I know the time. I'm doing exactly as per everything I'm doing. But if I miss what? Samsmritim. Dvandva pada. Dvandva ambhoruha samsmritim. This Dvandva ambhoruha samsmritim vina. Vina means without. Vina tvat pada. Without those 2 feet, lotus feet of Narayana, Devassa Narayana, without those two, if I don't bring that into my consciousness, Kayena Vacha Manasendriyerva. So as we said yesterday, as I am doing, do I say Kayena Vacha? As I am doing it, do I say that Bhagavane, you've asked me to do this, I am doing it. You are making me speak. The next one is about speech. You're making me speak, I'm speaking. You're making me do all of this, I'm doing it. I'm doing it with joy. But it is you who is making me do it. You pull the plug, I'm suddenly nobody, right? Something have you thought about if that plug gets pulled? How many people have had dementia? We know. Off late, you hear so many cases of dementia, so many cases of mental diseases or mental disorders. So many cases of mental disorder, depression. What happens? You lose control. The most intelligent guy, those who have seen this movie, The Beautiful Mind, very, very, very nice movie. If you get an opportunity, watch that movie, The Beautiful Mind. This is a movie by this actor, Kevin Costner, I think. No, not Kevin Costner. A Beautiful Mind. Russell Crowe. So this is about a Nobel Prize winner, John Nash. Very intelligent guy, Nobel Prize winner. But he goes into hallucinated states. This is the time of the USSR war. So his mind goes into a great deal of hallucination in terms of believing that, yeah, the USSR is trying to reach out to me. I'm giving them secret codes and things like that. Very intelligent mind. Goes like that. What do you do? This is very, very important, which is why intention, and you see people around, feel compassionate to them. If they're stuck in their intellect, feel compassionate. And offer them love, offer them ideas like this to remind them that this is not going to carry them far. Have to make sure that the intellect, the intent, the bhavana has been developed, that attitude, because whether you like it or not, suddenly we'll all be at an age where we'll become immobile, we'll become incapable. At that time, those millions of thousands of people you have done to, nobody's going to come and stand at that time. Nobody's going to stand beside you. Well, they will say thank you very much and bye bye. They've got their lives to lead. You will have only these 2, 3 people who have been with you during all the drama of life. And Bhagavan will be there. At that time, you can't, when you keep calling out Bhagavan, there'll only be despair because you have not trained to call him. So, next one he's saying, what he's saying, Shriman Nama Prochya Narayana Akhyam. Akhyam means to call out, to cry out Narayana. Shriman Nama Prochya Narayana Akhyam Kena Prapur Vanchitam Papinopi. Which sinner did not get what he desired? Even a sinner gets what he desired when you call out Narayana's name. Hanaf Purvam Vak Pravrittana Tasmin Tena Praptum Garbhavasadi Dukkham. But we have not, since the time we have come out of the womb, we have not used the power of speech. Vak Pravritta. Nannamo pesrom. We talk this, we talk that, we do all of that in the world. But how much have we used the Vak Pravritta, the power of a speech, to call out Narayana's name? How many times have we sat down with intention, Bhagavane, holding on to your feet? You don't have to do these things also, but as long as this intention, and I think Mama used the right word, attitude, intention starts becoming attitude. Of what? When you're doing something for the world, you're not doing it for the world, you're doing it for Him. So it is okay. Some days you may not get to do it, it's okay. Because you're doing it for Him. That if you remember that, a beautiful word that Gandhiji gave to destitute people, Harijana. We use that in a derogatory sense. Harijan is a community, Dalit, lower caste and all that is called Harijan. But he gave a beautiful name, Harijana. Harijana means they are the people of the Lord. Hari. So when we do for anybody, if we think that we are doing it for the Lord, then our investment will not be in them. Our investment is in Him. Because the same person may not come and respond back to you. Somebody else will come. Somebody else will come. Someone else will come. Why? That is not because of the intellect. It's because the intention. If you carry the intention, otherwise, what will happen is if you've done to 10 people and we expect from the 10 people, there'll be 2 other people who are coming and helping, you'll ignore that. But these 10 people, I did so much, nobody came. But those random 2 other people are coming and helping. Bhagavan will come in any form. This attitude. So he's saying, if you have not called out Bhagavan's name out loud, Narayanakyam, what is the use of the speech? And then we have to suffer in the womb. Garbhavasadi dukkham, which means you have to keep repeatedly coming again and again. I mean, any amount of prayer saying that I don't want to be born again is not going to help. These are ways. Narayanakyam. Keep the intention right. Keep your the what you're wanting to do with your life, dissolving the individuality, expanding ourselves, kindness, love. And I'm not using these words cheaply, right? It's not like, oh, should I start loving everybody? Oh, should I be kind to everybody? Not like that. Don't be run over by an elephant, mad elephant, if it is coming at you. No, we are not saying that be a stupid person, but be vulnerable enough to know that I have trust in that. If this transaction failed, it doesn't mean I have failed. Bhagavan is there, he's taking care. In the long run, that attitude needs to develop through the right intention. Then, whatever, if if we need to appear intelligent to the world, we'll appear intelligent. If we need to appear, oh, this person is so compassionate, we'll appear as compassionate. Somebody will say, oh, this person is such a intelligent person. It may appear like that. Doesn't matter what it appears to the world. What is it that we make ourselves inside? So, Kulasekara Alvar is saying that in these two verses. Amnaya abhyasanani aranyruditam vedavrtanyanvaham मेदश्छेद फलानि पूर्तविदयः सर्वं हुतं भस्मनि तीर्थानाम् अवगाहनानि च गजस्नानं विना द्वन्द्वाम् अम्भोरुह संस्मृतिं विजयते देवस्य नारायणः. Without thinking of Narayana, whether you study the Vedas, you are very intelligent, you have studied the Upanishads, you have studied Bhagavad Gita, it is like going and crying out in the wilderness. Arunya Ruditam. And Vedavrtanyanvaham Medascheda Phalani Purta Vidayaha. I do all the austerities as per the Vedas, but I don't think about Bhagavan. I don't surrender and submit myself. I don't make myself the instrument in his hands. Then it is like doing all that is like putting it into Bhasma. It is like throwing it into ashes. Tirthanam avagahanani. All these pilgrimage yatras, if we go to these yatras. Oh, I have been to 25 yatras. I have been to 30 places. I have gone to all the tirthas. I have gone to Nutyat Divyadesam. I have gone to 275 Padal Petrastalam. Love waste if this bhavana is not there. I think that God has given me this opportunity to do. Thank you, Bhagavan. I'm grateful. And may every act of this enrich me from within to think that thank you. Thank you. May the gratitude increase with every act. Then he says, Narayanakyam, Sriman Nama Prochya Narayanakyam, Kena Prapur Vachitam Papinopi, Hanaf Purvam, Vak Pravrittana Tasmin, Tena Praptam Garbha Vasadi Dukkham. By shouting out Narayana's name and trusting in him, surrendering to his lotus feet, nobody has lost in the end game. My guru's guru says this. He says, once you have given yourself to the Guru Vakya, you're practicing, you're doing what the Guru is saying. Remember, in your lifetime, you may have ups and downs. Your financial balance and the bank balance will go up and down. But the spiritual balance that you are generating, I'll make sure that that will be very high. And at the end of the day, that is what it is. Right? That is what we are developing. So, with that, we'll pause here today. ॐ कायेन वाचा मनसेन्द्रियैर्वा बुद्ध्यात्मना वा प्रकृते स्वभावात् करोमि यत् सकलं परस्मै नारायणायति समर्पयामि सदाशिवायति समर्पयामि जगदम्बिकेति समर्पयामि सद्गुरुनाथायति समर्पयामि हरि ओम तत्सद्गुरुभ्यो नमः हरि ओम।